Have you noticed something interesting this week? The US stock market continued to move higher, even though the latest jobs report came in much weaker than expected. At the same time, investor fear remained elevated. Treasury yields moved higher, oil prices declined, and the US dollar weakened. So, which of these signals should investors trust? And more importantly, should you buy now or wait for a better opportunity? In today's video, we will break down everything before moving to technical charts for S&P 500 and Nasdaq 100. Let's begin. Let's begin with a quick look at how the major markets performed this week. The S&P 500 gained 1.76%, the Nasdaq 100 added 0.72%. The Dow Jones was strongest among three major indices from the US stock market, rising 1.97%. Meanwhile, Russell 2000 remained almost flat. Looking beyond the United States, Europe had a strong week. The FTSE 100 rose 1.63%. Germany's DAX outperformed with an impressive gain of 4.49%. Across Asia, Japan Nikkei 225 gained 0.55%. Hong Kong's Hang Seng climbed nearly 3%. South Korea's Kospi ended the week lower. However, it has staged a remarkable recovery on the final trading day of this week and formed some kind of bullish pin bar on weekly chart that suggests buyers stepped in aggressively near the low. Now let's understand what investors are actually feeling. The CNN Fear and Greed Index improved slightly to 32. That means sentiment is still in the fear zone. So despite higher stock prices, many investors remain cautious. Now look at the VIX, often called the market's fear gaze. It dropped more than 12% this week. Lower volatility usually means investors are becoming more comfortable taking risk, and that's generally a positive sign for equities. Let's now move to the latest economic data. The June jobs report showed only 57,000 new jobs. That was well below market expectations. Normally, a weak job report can worry investors, but this time markets reacted differently. Many investors believe slower economic growth could eventually encourage the Federal Reserve to adopt a more supportive policy. The unemployment rate remained 4.2%. So while the labor market is slowing, it has not yet entered a severe downturn. Now let's quickly review the three important macro indicators. The US 10-year Treasury yield increased by about 2.5%. Higher bond yields can put pressure on technology stocks because future earnings become less attractive. Brent crude oil declined by over 2%. Lower oil prices help reduce inflation pressure and can support corporate profits. Finally, the US dollar index slipped by around 0.5%. A weaker dollar often benefits multinational companies and improves global liquidity. Taken together, these indicators present a mixed but generally supportive backdrop for equities. So what did we learn this week? Three factors supported the market: lower volatility, lower oil prices, and weaker US dollar. The biggest risk remains rising treasury yields. If bond yields continue climbing rapidly, technology stocks could face additional pressure. So this remains a market that deserves careful monitoring. Before we move to the charts, here is today's quiz. Which factor supported the stock market most this week? Option A, lower VIX. Option B, higher treasury yield. Option C, stronger dollar. Option D, higher oil prices. Pause the video, write your answer in the comments, and let's see how closely you are following the markets. Now let's move to the charts for technical analysis of S&P 500 and Nasdaq 100. Look at the weekly chart of S&P 500. This is the major impulse. We can draw a bullish flag kind of a structure When it gives a breakout, the potential next target based on the flag pattern could be to 8,100, which is nothing but Fibonacci expansion level of 61.8%. Where is the support? Look at this area, 7,300 to 7,400, that approximates to EMA 55 and EMA 21 can be the potential support zone. Immediate resistance could be 7,550 to 7,600. Once this supply zone is taken out, there will be breakout of a bullish flag pattern. Now, if you look at the daily price chart of S&P 500, what we do see, the entire trading range is within the cloth of the flag. And price is getting rejected because ultimately this is a trend line which is acting as a dynamic resistance. If you see the prior impulse from 31st March 2026 to nearly 2nd June of 26, this is a major impulse and this is a consolidation phase in S&P 500, which is also supported by RSI, which is oscillating from 40 to 60 level. However, there is a diminishing downside momentum exhibited by MACD indicator because the histogram size is reducing. But when we look at the price action, the major demand area is 6,947 to 7,100, because 7,100 to 6,947, this particular zone coincides with the prior resistance level, and if you draw the retracement level with respect to the prior impulsive wave, it intervenes at golden ratio as well as SMA 144. This is the weekly chart of Nasdaq 100. Here, this is a double top kind of formation. The apex of the double top is at 28,196. So immediate support is 28,196. And why this is very important? Because if you draw the retracement level with respect to the prior impulsive wave, this coincides with nearly 38.2% retracement level, which is nothing but the derivative of the golden ratio, and besides this there is a confluence of EMA 21. So the major support area for Nasdaq 100 is this long-term resistance level, which coincides with the golden ratio at 25,650. Then 27,500 is the level of 38.2%, which is quite in proximity of the apex of the double top kind of formation. When we look at the daily price chart of Nasdaq 100, what do we see? That EMA 55 might act as a immediate support area, because here there is a formation of a morning star. So this EMA 55 might act as a good support. So zone between 28,196, which is the apex of the double top, and 23.6% retracement level that arrives at 28,750 could be the immediate support zone. If this support zone is broken down, then there might be a little deeper correction to test the golden ratio. Before you leave, here is your homework. Open the daily chart of Dow Jones Industrial Average Index. The current level is around 52,905. Study the chart carefully and answer this question. Can Dow Jones reach 53,600 from here? Don't just write yes or no. Tell me why you think so using the chart. I read your comments every week, and some of the best analysis can feature in the next video. Explore the channel through our organized playlist. Whether you are interested in technical analysis, market outlooks, investing concepts, or trading strategies, you will find a structured learning path designed for beginners. Choose a playlist, keep learning consistently, and I'll see you in the next video.